Hey guys, and welcome back to Pro Speed Baseball. Now, I'm very excited about today's video because we're going over one of the most controversial subjects that we've had here at Pro Speed Baseball, and that is taking your hands to the ball. We're going to go over the science and the physics behind taking your hands to the ball, and we're also going to tell you how if you're not taking your hands to the ball, you're missing out on a ton of power and efficiency in your own swing. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, guys, so two of the most common inquiries that we get here at Pro Speed Baseball about taking your hands to the ball are, the first one is, if you take your hands to the ball, won't you just promote a downward path to the ball and just beat everything down in the ground? Now, this question's already been answered in our Swing Plane Revisited video, which I highly recommend you watch. I actually highly recommend you watch the Swing Plane Secret video and then the Swing Plane Revisited video so you can understand the force, the mass follows force physics explanation in that video, which is going to be extremely helpful for understanding why we want to take our hands to the ball. So the second and the most common inquiry that we get, or concern that we get about taking your hands to the ball is, if I take my hands to the ball, won't I just hit my hands on the ball? Won't I just hit the ball with my hands? Or won't I just hit the ball on the handle of the bat? So we're going to tackle this in two different ways. And the first one is, we're going to tackle it two-dimensionally without a bat. Okay, so we can think about this in terms of just sheer where your hands are in position in relationship to the ball. So let's go ahead and tackle this. Let's go ahead and get into this. So if we set up for a perfect down the middle pitch and we don't have any bat in our hands and I'm just trying to hit this ball with an imaginary bat, okay, so there's no weight in my hands whatsoever, and I load stride here, and without trying to manipulate my swing or manipulate where I am in relationship to the ball, if I take my hands directly to the ball, we can see that my hands cannot physically reach this ball. I'll go ahead and show you from down the line as well. So we're going to load stride here, and I'm going to take my hands as close to that ball as I can without manipulation. Now, if I were to try to lean over, I actually have to lean over quite a bit to try to get my hands to the ball, or I were to try to maybe bend and get my hands to the ball, I could do something weird and funky like that. But if I'm trying to make a standard baseball swing to this ball and I'm taking my hands to the ball, my hands physically cannot reach that ball. So that's if the ball is not moving. So the next question I would get is, well, what about the ball that is coming from a pitch? Okay, so we can think about this again. If ball is being pitched to me and I'm still swinging this imaginary bat, am I going to hit my hands on the ball? Well, the answer is no if I'm still trying to time this baseball up to hit it well. If I'm trying to time this baseball up, I'm not going to swing when the ball gets, the only way I'm going to hit my hands on this ball is if it's inside. We'll go over that in a sec. But I'm not going to try to swing when the ball gets up in front of my belt buckle, because I'm going to be extremely late on this ball and I'm going to either break my imaginary bat or miss it completely. Okay, so if I'm trying to time this ball up correctly and this ball is coming in, I'm still going to try to take my hands to the ball, but we can see that if I'm timing this up, I'm still not going to hit my hands on the ball. So now we can tackle, what if the ball is inside? Well, if the ball is inside, won't it be closer to your body? Won't you still hit your hands on the ball? Well, yes, that's if we time this ball extremely late. So we can look at it on the tee. If we have an extremely late timed inside pitch, okay, so, and I load stride here, I can probably get my fingertips on the ball. If I wanted to go extreme with it, I could get my hands on the ball. But ideally, in a game, I'm not going to want to hit an inside pitch this close to me. I'm going to want to catch it more out in front so I can get fully extended on the ball and time it up and hit it out of the park. So we can see there on that inside pitch, I'm not going to get my hands to the ball. I'll show you from down the line as well. So I'm on the inside pitch in about a pretty good location that I'd want to catch this in the game, and my hands cannot physically get to the ball. So there we tackled the first concern is, want to hit my hands with the ball? Well, if we're trying to time the pitch up correctly and we're not manipulating our body, our hands aren't even going to get close to the ball. So now the next question I would get here is, well, look how close your hands are to the ball when you take your hands to the ball. Okay, and if you were to put a bat in your hands, it would get hit off the handle of the bat. So let's go ahead and do that again. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my hands to the ball, and you're going to see here that I would hit this ball severely up the bat. This would probably result in a broken bat or a very weak strike on the ball, and my hands are going towards the ball. Okay, I'll show you from face on as well. I'm in the same position. I'm taking my hands to the same place that I had them here, and I'm putting the bat on the ball. And we can see that that ball is very up even on the natural wood part of the bat here. So the one variable that we're not considering when we're talking about that is the variable of the bat and the speed that we create as our hands are going to the ball. So if we understood the mass follows force explanation in the swing playing secret video, which we'll go over again here briefly, we understand that the mass, which is the barrel, the sweet spot of the bat, is going to follow the force, which is our hand. So this barrel is always going to try to follow the force of our hands. And if we understand something else about the baseball swing, that the tip of the bat is going to be the fastest moving part in the baseball swing. So this is just sheer centripetal and centrifugal force that we're creating with our body. If we looked at the hitter from straight down, you would see a center and you'd see the bat swinging around the center. So if we understand that in physics, centripetal force, centrifugal force, the tip of the bat would be swinging around center, and the further we go out on the bat, the faster the bat goes. So the tip of the bat's the fastest moving part of the baseball swing. And if we know that speed can create weight because the bat does weigh something, we know that we're swinging a weighted object with a ton of speed. This is an absolute fact when it comes in when we're swinging an object that has weight to it with speed. With force, it's going to attempt to follow that force and it's going to manipulate accordingly. So if we think about this in terms of all these physics, that when we're taking our hands to the ball, if we take our hands to the ball with speed, our hands are going to be going directly towards the ball. Ideally, we're going to feel like we're going to actually throw our hands directly towards the ball, and because we're creating speed, our force is going towards that ball. This mass of the bat is going to be working like crazy to follow that force, and it's going to swing out and push the hands. It's going to counterbalance the hands, and that mass of the bat is going to be fighting to get to the direction of the force, which should be the ball. So if we're taking our hands to the ball and the bat is swinging around, it's going to push the hands inside and we're going to square up the ball. And that's just sheer physics. If our force is going towards the ball and the mass is swinging out, our hands will get pushed out, they will get evened out, and it will get to the ball. So if you're having trouble with hitting a lot of balls off the end of the bat and you're not having real solid contact and you're taking your hands inside the ball, so you wouldn't actually be taking your hands to the ball, you'd be trying to take your hands somewhere inside the ball, you can think about this same explanation. Our hands are coming, the force is going inside the ball, this mass is going to be working towards the force, which is right here, and we're going to be getting very close to that tip or the end of the bat. So if we're not taking our hands to the ball, we're losing out on all of our efficiency because we're not going in the most direct path to the ball that's going to be guiding the mass of the bat to the point of contact that we want to get to. So then we talk about, okay, where do we go from here? Now we understand if we take our hands to the ball, this mass of the bat's going to be working to get to the ball. All this is from here is sheer timing, the timing that we take our hands to the ball. So if I time this pitch up perfectly and I take my hands to the ball, that bat head's going to swing out and get perfect contact. So if I time it up perfectly. Now, let's just say the same pitch, I'm going to move up in a straight line and I'm going to take my hands to the ball again. Okay, I'm going to get jammed a little bit. Well, I timed the ball extremely late, so I should have timed it a little bit earlier. That's just what happens in baseball. You're a little late, you could get jammed, you're going to, break a bat, whatever you're going to do. Or we can think of the opposite. If I take my hands to the ball, but I swing too early, okay, I'm going to hit the ball off the end of the bat because that's just the way it is. We still have to have timing in our swing. It's just not a miracle thing where we just, take our hands to the ball and the mass is going to follow. We're going to hit home runs every time we go to the plate. We still have to time it, but we time it with a purpose now, knowing that if we time our hands going to the ball, we are going to give ourselves the most direct path to get the mass of the bat on the ball. We're not going to have to manipulate the bat through the zone, and we're going to provide maximum efficiency in our swing. So today I have a great drill for you guys so you can go out there to the tee right now and experience this all for yourself. It's a very, very cool drill, and what it entails is more of a feeling than a technique. So what we're going to do here is you're going to get into your perfect tee setup, and I highly recommend you check out the Pro Speed Baseball Perfect Tee Setup video. It's a little bit of a goofy video, but it's going to show you exactly how to set up for a perfect down the middle pitch. And what I want you to do in this drill is get in that perfect tee setup and set up for a perfect down the middle pitch. And what I want you to do without manipulation, without bending over, without doing anything crazy, I want you to attempt to hit the ball just above the handle of your bat. I want you to try to hit the ball on the handle of the bat with some speed. So nice relaxed hands, that's key. The hands need to be nice and relaxed. And what I want you to do is try to hit the ball with the handle of your bat. So you're going to get into that perfect tee setup, and you're going to try to hit that handle on the bat. You're going to remember, you want to have a little bit of speed. The speed definitely is prevalent in making solid contact because you want those physics to work for you. So what you're going to do is you're going to go into your low stride position, then you're going to take that handle of the bat to the ball. You're going to try to take that handle of the bat and hit it on the center of the ball. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to go ahead, we're going to load stride. Okay, so what I did there is I really tried to hit the handle of the bat, but because my hands were relaxed, I let physics take over. We can't physically do that. The path of the hands are going towards the ball, and that's why we want to hit it close to the handle of the bat, is that's going to make our hands go towards the ball. The physics are going to take over, and we're going to get to that sweet spot. So we're going to do it one more time here. Okay, we're going to load stride, and we're going to take that handle to the ball. Okay, and we can see there I got a ton of barrel on that. I really tried to take my handle to the ball. Guys, go out there and try this out so you can prove it to yourself that taking your hands to the ball is going to give yourself maximum efficiency in your swing. Now guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video and you learned something today that's really going to start maximizing your practice time. Maximizing your efficiency at the plate is crucially important, but stay tuned. I got a great bonus coming up for you. We got a brand new bonus video at Pro Speed Baseball that's going to teach you how to sequence up that swing and get the perfect amount of extension at the right time. That's the key, getting it at the right time. I'm going to play a preview of that video at the end of this video. You can see that video in its entirety for absolutely free by clicking on the link that pops up in the video or in the preview and in the description below. Go ahead and check that out. And as always, if you guys can like, subscribe, and +1 this video on Google, that really helps me grow the channel. And if you guys have any questions or comments, be sure to let me know in the comments section below. Thanks again for watching, guys. Good luck with your games. Good luck with your swings, and we'll see you guys soon. These are all symptoms to improper sequencing in the swing and not getting the right amount of extension at the right time, or where we want to make contact with the ball in relationship to where we want to be extended after contact. And that's the key one. We do want to be extended after contact. Just before full release is when we're going to get maximum velocity on that object. So in a baseball swing, so if we go into contact and we make contact and then we have full release, then we're going to be maximizing our speed into the ball. So that all you have to do is set up the drill properly, make swings, and you're going to start syncing up your swing right away. And that's exactly what this drill is going to do. It's going to help us learn the proper motions to hit the ball correctly. So if I put a digital tee here where we'd want to make contact with the ball, ideally when we're practicing off the tee or we're hitting in the game, we're going to load stride here. You're going to see me get into contact here, and then if I'm still swinging out to this ball in front of me,